आज हम ये रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं डीडीए से और मिनिस्ट्री से कि इसको जल्दी से जल्दी इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाए एज इट इज। जो भी हम सजेशन देंगे वो इसमें चेंज होते रहे, हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट के साथ होते रहे, ये अच्छा। मैंने 1985 में या 1985 में राधे मोहन ड्राइव डेवलप करनी स्टार्ट। लैंड थी, 10 फुट की रोड थी, धीरे धीरे कंसोलिडेट की, और वो स्कीम राधे मोहन ड्राइव आज भी नंबर 1 पे कहलाती है। Thereafter I came to Western Green, and now I am developing the Grand Western Green, Gurgaon, Haryana border. I am in Delhi and ambience in Haryana. That is also 300-acre consolidated land. Out of that, 50% I had sold. Now I am waiting this policy to construct the buildings in a way that people see California here, Singapore here, every abroad city here. This is my views. 1 or 2 small changes I want to suggest. जैसा कि हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट ने पहले कहा कि जो 4000 मीटर की ROW राइट ऑफ वे लिखा है, 12 मीटर तक लिखा है और 25% ऑफ द लेंथ ऑफ द प्लॉट, उससे सिमेट्री सब खराब हो जाएगी, हम डेवलप ही नहीं कुछ कर पाएंगे। क्योंकि बहुत लोगों की मेंटलिटी ऐसी होती है कि यार ये मेरी जगह है, मैं इसमें सर्वेंट क्वार्टर बना दूँ, मैं कुछ और बना दूँ, और कुछ भी बना सकते हैं। इसी तरीके से 10,000 मीटर के ROW में राइट ऑफ वे में 18 मीटर इज सफिशिएंट। क्योंकि मेरी 300 एकड़ की राधे मोहन ड्राइव है, 400 एकड़ की वेस्टर्न ग्रीन है, मैं उसमें देख रहा हूँ 60 फीट की रोड इज सफिशिएंट। अगर मेन रोड से उसकी कोई एंट्री नहीं है, हमारी बिल्कुल एक्सक्लूसिव वेस्टर्न ग्रीन है। और उसमें सबसे बड़ा मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा उन लोगों को जो मैंने हाई प्रोफाइल के लोगों को फार्म हाउसेज दिए हैं इस कॉम्प्लेक्स में। All of farm house land purchasers do the fantastic development and maintenance management and enhance the green revolution. I have today also 300-acre land in Aljo, but I want to develop in a manner कि लोग साउथ की बजाय नजरगढ़ जोन में आए, क्योंकि वो एरिया हमारे पास पानी के साथ है, पानी का थोड़ा ट्रीटमेंट करना पड़ेगा। जहाँ तक ये आपकी जो रोड आ रही है जोनापुर वाली रोड में, इसमें कई दिक्कतें इसलिए आई हैं कि ये किसी डेवलपर ने डेवलप नहीं की। आप देखिए DLF छतरपुर है, चाहे वो बड़े बड़े प्लॉट दिए चौधरी साहब ने, बड़े बड़े राजा महाराजा को बुला के दिया, तो वो यही कारण था कि वहाँ भट्टे वगैरह थे, उन्होंने कहा यार अच्छे लोगों को यहाँ पे बसाया। आप जो ये रोड जोनापुर वाली रोड जा रही है, इसमें किसी ने 1000 एकड़ के प्लॉट काट दिए, किसी ने मेन रोड पे 10-10 एकड़ के बना लिए, तो प्लान्ड वे में नहीं हुआ। ये सोसाइटी बाद में बनी। मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं जब ये मेंबर्स को परचेजर को बेचता हूँ तो सोसाइटी में पहले बना देता। और हमारा ये लकीली हमारे प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर अरुण बलराम जी वेस्टर्न ग्रीन के डायनेमिक आदमी हैं, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया। मैंने करीब जब ये स्टार्ट की तो उनके घर पे हमारी 40 मीटिंग है कि वे कैसे करें। रोड का मेरा अपना डिसीजन था कि मैं उसको 60 फीट।
तो आप चाहते क्या है इस पॉलिसी, आपके एक्सपीरियंस के बेसिस पे इसमें आपको क्या
इसमें मुझे सिर्फ ये चाहिए कि 4000 मीटर ग्रेड 1 और 2 में जो उन्होंने लिखा है 25% ऑफ द विड्थ को आप 40 फीट रखिए और 90 फीट रखिए। ये ठीक नहीं है। उनको चाहिए सिमेट्री बनी रहनी चाहिए। कोई भी आदमी जाए दूर से, हमें अपनी लगे कि हाँ भाई ये इतनी लंबी रोड है तो इसकी सिमेट्री खराब ना हो।
ठीक है। All right, sir. That's a good suggestion. I think that's something which has been discussed in
एक
previous
चीज मैं
panels.
इसके अलावा कहूँगा जो ग्रीन डेवलपमेंट में जरूरी भी है उसको पूरा करने के लिए इट इज आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड फॉर सैंक्शन ऑफ प्लान। जो हमारे प्लान सैंक्शन होंगे अभी तक उसमें बहुत सी कमी है, उसको हमें वन लाइन में लाना पड़ेगा। बेसिस ऑफ सेल डीड, इफ आई हैव 1 acre सेल डीड and the boundary, then my plan should be sanctioned. अभी क्या होता है कि मेरे पास शेयर है, हम 3 भाई हैं, तीनों भाइयों की शेयर होल्डिंग है 3 एकड़ में, तो जब तक मैं उसको नहीं बेचूंगा वो उसको नहीं बेचेगा तो नक्शा पास नहीं होगा। आई हैव 1 acre राइट्स, भूमिधरी राइट्स एंड हैव द बाउंड्री एंड हैव द ROW राइट ऑफ वे, देन माय प्लान शुड बी sanctioned. ये मेरा एक सजेशन क्वेश्चन है।
ठीक है, sir. I'll come back to you. So these are two important suggestions.
Just it's
Okay, go ahead, sir.
please consider for reasonable size of swimming pool. This is in every farm today. With some levy to stop unauthorized pool construction.
Okay. So at least get, यानी कि unauthorized है वहाँ पे.
Definitely.
अच्छा. So that's it. I mean, we have a problem of water to water our green areas away. We need to hefty levy. I think yeah, if the rich want swimming pools, they can they totally can afford it. Maybe they will. I may not be called to the next panel discussion because I'm very socialist. I can just see this.
The government notified that we can go for commercial water supply. Then why not this?
Yeah, agree. That I mean, pay for it. If you want that privilege, then at least authorize it and pay for it and have a policy that you can do it if you're willing to pay the top dollars for it. All right, great. That's a good one. Yatindra, I would like to understand from you now because the conversation has moved from inclusive housing to farmhouses. I might as well, take it in that direction and then move to inclusive housing. So, what is? I mean, with now the earlier rules are going to be changed, everything is going to be subsumed under the new green development area policy. What happens to the farmhouse market in Delhi? Because everyone is waiting for that opportunity. They have large parcels of land collated. It can be developed. Does price come down? Does it become more affordable? Is it the right direction to go in?
Thanks, Manisha, and thanks, Naritko, for bringing up this very noble cause. So, Manisha, this is a very important question in today's parlance. When we say that there are new farmhouses or new zones coming up, definitely the supply would increase. But on the other hand, so would the demand increase. Because currently, everybody needs a bigger place. We are, as Sir just said, that we are tired of our pigeonholes and smaller 2,500 square feet of apartments. So when anybody looks at a picture of a farmhouse, what does one see? One see a very large green space with some swimming pools and with personal gyms, and it's more like a bungalow within a very green zone. So for the following reasons, we are in between a pandemic, and distancing is the key word. So large spaces for everybody, because now the office has also moved back to the home, and everybody needs, as I said, a personal gym, a personal swimming pool, recreational facilities for the kids, large staff quarters for the domestic helps. So in my view, definitely there would be an increase in supply, but the demand would catch up.
Demand will catch up. Okay, all right. So there are enough people who want large farmers.
It's very simple mathematics. If you are actually looking at a country which will have something like $5 to $10 trillion economy, there will never be oversupply here. And that too in a place like Delhi, in a place like Delhi, never. This is a city, it's an NCR region. So look at the kind of wealth that will flow in. Mr. Agarwal is assured. There is no, his lifespan can never outdo demand.
In a room where we are calling 2,500 square feet, a pigeonhole, we would have gotten beaten up by Mumbaikars, right? I mean, ये तो जूते चप्पल उठ जाते हैं यहाँ पे. We're talking of 2,500.
That is why it is the green development policy of DDA. In 2,500, you can have a 7-bedroom house in Bombay.
Yeah.
अच्छा दिल्ली वालों को तो आता ही नहीं है.
Yeah.
They don't know what is from ground to ceiling. They don't know how to utilize the area. अगर आप अग्रवाल साहब से पूछें कि नीचे से लेके ऊपर तक एक कबर्ड बना दें तो बोलेंगे इसका तो घर ही इसका तो
Nobody will buy that.
ख्यालात गलत है. So Delhi is used to ground space. Mumbaikars are used to utilizing every square inch of the wall area. So that is why in this area the
So demand is not going to be a problem.
especially if you have an economy which is on the trot. Is there going to be a problem for food in China? Well, with that 5 times the GDP here, I mean, how can they ever have a food problem?
Well, I think at least in terms of the rates, what are the property rates of these properties?
See, no, please, I think no, we are confusing that.
Huh.
This is a policy which will generate lots of economic turnover. करोड़पति बनेंगे यहाँ पे. You are not. In fact, that is the reason Mr. Agarwal has never talked. He is still talking as a independent India citizen. हमने दूसरा word नहीं ढूंढ पाए हैं. In 75 years of independence, we still talk of servants' quarters. मतलब ये हैसियत हो गई है हमारी कि अभी भी हम सोचते हैं नौकर है वो. पर अगर वो 2 महीने की छुट्टी चले जाए ना, तो आप हॉलिडे पे जाने को तैयार हैं. घर आपके नहीं चलते हैं.
So Mr. Talwar, let me ask you the question.
Allow him and Sanjay, because Yatindra and Avinash, I think, is KCT group. Is it the Karamchand Thakur group?
Yeah.
Huh? Tell them to think that where are they going to make 1 lakh homes? That is what we were discussing before.
That
you
is what
came.
the answer I'm trying to pin to.
No, that is what we were saying. This policy is highly ignorant of that. It does not include, even if Madam Manju Paul is here, there is no question of this policy. It will generate huge amount of turnover. It will generate huge amount of revenue. It's a great policy, but please provide. You have the last chance in these sparsely populated areas to provide something like 50,000 to 1 lakh homes all over Delhi. There's not one single building for what we call community service providers in New Delhi zone. The only thing is 1967 में बना हुआ अंगटाड, उसके साथ एक लाइन थी. If you recall, every little development, whether it was Raksha Bhavan, whether it was Patodi House, all those had separate lines of people for community service providers. No apartments today have it even in New Delhi.
So how will, I think before I
I think she needs to raise it. She needs to raise
but
it.
she did speak about the fact that we are working with the government on the national rental housing policy, right?
It has to be rental.
So-
It cannot be ownership. It has to be rental.
Anyway, the ownership model is
So
fractured
tell
now.
them to give land free. For every farmhouse colony of 300 acres, it is what even government of Haryana came out with a policy on the Kundli Manesar, 2000 acres. The moment we suggested that 30% will go for services, you are left with out of 2000, 1400. Please devote 300 to first create housing for the poor. Your industries will come there, your high cost housing will come there, everything will come there. But without that, where will you get people to come and serve you from? So, is there a provision in this policy? No. 1 एकड़ के फार्म हाउस बन जाएंगे, हाँ, उसमें बनने भी चाहिए कि भाई फैमिली एक्सपैंड कर रही है, जैसे 4 फ्लोर्स बनते हैं, बनने भी चाहिए. लोगों को पैसा भी कमाना है, बट उसमें कोई प्रावधान तो रखो कि गरीबों के लिए कहाँ पे देंगे. नहीं तो कितने इनके फार्म्स पे भी वेस्टर्न ग्रीन ले लो, ग्रैंड वेस्टर्न ग्रीन ले लो, आप टेक राधे मोहन ड्राइव, टेक एनी डेवलपमेंट, टेक DLF Chhatarpur farm. Do all the service providers live in the servants quarters or community service providers? हो ही नहीं सकता. बाहर से आते हैं लोग, इनके तो इन्होंने जो देखा होगा, जब राधे मोहन ड्राइव जाते हैं तो वहां पे लाइनें लगी होती हैं लोगों की जो अनऑथराइज्ड कॉलोनीज में रहते हैं. रात को 10 बजे का कर्फ्यू आप लगा देंगे, लोग महिलाएं और पुरुष 10 बजे के बाद तो अपने घर पहुंचते हैं और सुबह उनको निकलना पड़ता है 6-7 बजे नौकरी के लिए.
So to make that happen, the government needs to give land free. Am I reading that right?
They need to give land free.
No.
Who needs
Because
to give land?
if they are going to benefit,
There's no
somebody
government
needs to part with land, because land for rental housing has to be zero priced.
Yeah.
That is why you're looking at government land, you're looking at land from the armed forces, you're looking at land from public sector undertakings. Unfortunately, I think in this part of Delhi, we don't have land belonging to public sector undertakings.
Right.
Agar ho, I think the nearest land is only at the entrance of Gurgaon, which is that Hindustan Antibiotics or something like that. अगर ऐसा land है, तो government को acquire करके उनको देना चाहिए and free of cost उसमें घर बनाए और rental करें. Otherwise इनके जो यहाँ पे जो घर बनेंगे, वहाँ पे लोग कहाँ से काम करने आएंगे?
I don't think, Hitesh, is that a problem that you guys are thinking through? No, not really. People get it. People are coming. So I think there's a huge disconnect. As far as I can see, this is essentially for a green belt around Delhi. Therefore, you have farmhouses and this thing. So
All your unauthorized colonies in South Delhi are in that same land.
yes.
Whether it's Ayanagar, whether it's any place, I think Bhupinder was saying, Bhupinder ji, Mr. Sikri was here. उन्होंने ये कहा था कि पहले मेरे पास पानी इतना आता था कि there used to be floods. इस तो पानी नहीं आता है वहाँ पे, क्योंकि सारी कॉलोनीज बन चुकी हैं.
Hitesh, what will you do with the water? Or water?
Absolutely right,
And
Mr.
for
Sethi was
inclusive,
right
look,
too.
the thing is that the only thing, pardon me for I have declared myself as being a far more socialist person than anybody else here in the room. Having said that, my entire, when I looked at it, I don't quibble with any of the ambitions that this policy has. It's a great policy to have. The only thing which I found terribly missing was that where is inclusive housing in it? It seems to me that there's going to be a lot of development for the well-off Delhiites, which is all right because we are getting more and more cramped in South Delhi colonies, or people have to go to Gurgaon and make DLF rich, which
Plus
is
we've been
fine.
waiting for a very long time.
Yes, you've been waiting for very long, but could we talk about whether there is a thought process amongst all of you who have land there and are waiting for this policy to create a more inclusive environment, or is this only the government's job?
I think the people in Zone J, I don't know about the rest of the zone, but for us, where we are not very large landowners, like 3 acres, 3.5 acres. So I am a 3.5 acre landowner. I have my own community service providers
Living in your...
living in, and it's absolutely fine. I mean, we do get, I mean, our guards, etc., they come and go, but most of it is on site.
Okay. So let's...
98, 99% is on site.
Alright, let's move on then. What is it within the policy that you find most exciting, and what are the changes that you'd like?
As an architect, now we'll get a free hand to design. We get the plotted columns. We either get one phase or, usually one phase. Lucky you get 2. But here now we can just go all out. They've done a fantastic job in terms of giving us the freedom. Having said that, as a landowner, absolutely no complaints.
Okay.
Beautiful. Only problem which I feel is what I think
Rajiv Dalla.
no, Amir had pointed out was that there is no mention of what are we getting.
Yeah. What are the services that you
want
get?
to, I mean, you want us to do a lot, and we are ready to do it, and we are already doing it as an individual owner, as well as a RWA member. But there's no water, we don't have water. Give us the water, keep it regulated. You're providing it for free. People in our area are using it for service centers.
Manisha,
We have a lot.
once you're done, once you're done.
So, I mean, everything is fantastic, but government also needs to give us something.
Kuldeep, you want to
Is
add
there
to
a,
that?
is there a possibility, just a suggestion, that for the trade-off of services, without which I think this policy will be a complete failure, can we think of a trade-off that either land or something could be provided for what you're calling inclusive housing, what I think is an integrated development of the city?
Right.
Is that a possibility? Infrastructure because it can only be provided by the government, whether it's sewage, whether it's water supply, underground electricity, so on and so forth. In return for that, can there be either land given away, obligation to put up this thing? Mr. Talwar, maybe you can
But wasn't there a
That's gonna,
policy
that's gonna
in-
hurt-
I'm just
cost a lot of
suggesting
in the policy.
that in return for the sewerage, water supply, so on and so forth, that is very much needed for the plotted development, can there be an obligation to either do some housing or give up some land or something? Because at the end of the day, the government needs money for doing all this. Government doesn't have money.
Who gives the land? Who reserves the land?
I'm just saying, can the land be given away by the landowners in new places? Existing colonies में जो आप built up है वहाँ तो disaster है, वहाँ आप नहीं कर पाएंगे. Only
So
in
point to
new,
be thought,
new
point to be
zones.
thought, let's revisit it because we've
You know.
got, another, many other things to discuss, but it is a point, because we talk about the larger aspect of this policy is to create a buffer for improving the quality of living for Delhiites. We have a huge problem on air pollution, right? And we are a very green city and that's not coming less. So what happens is if all your service providers have to travel every
No, I
day,
understand your point.
then there is a problem, right? We are not solving
And
your air
any part of
pollution
the
problem.
EDC-IDC can be escrowed for that purpose. If the EDC-IDC is adequate, I don't know the math. That's
But it's a
for,
point to be thought, that how do we create within this green, some inclusive or integrated housing as well?
and that could be at the nodes, it could be at certain places where transportation, long-term, high-speed transportation networks are.
You picking this point up, even, okay, for farmhouses, I think it's all spelled out for us, we can manage a sector. But even the plotted development today, like a deaf pod or a green pod, we have to illegally make it in the stills. The government just doesn't give it to us. Charge, you give it to us. You've got to have at least one servant a floor. It doesn't happen. Either people will make it on the stills or in the terrace area. So this thought, what you're thinking that we should have it, that should be given to the government. Okay, listen, I mean, within the story.
Can I tell you what South Delhiites or Delhiites will do? They will use it to make a room and they will still make an illegal servant quarter. I lived in this city for the longest
No,
time.
as an
But
architect,
having said that,
I-
Avinash, I need to get him also on this conversation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what are your views? I don't want the discussion to be hijacked by inclusive housing. It is on the larger policy and there is a lot of good on the policy. So go ahead and tell us what you think about it and what are your views on what can be done better.
So first of all, I think this is a very welcome move by the government. Of course, it's very late, but better late than never. And I think if you see the overall perspective of the government and which everything has been laid out pretty well, there are certain points which are minor points which needs to be addressed, and I think all my fellow colleagues and whoever has done, they are much matured and experienced than me to tell about the policy which they have done. I only see, when we talk of inclusive and other things, when you're doing a new development, one can really think about that. And irrespective, like what Sir said, the land area. Now, I think the problem is when you're giving a land, probably you get out of some eligibility criteria, of 4,000 square meter or 10,000. I think it's not an FAR, which I said in the first session also. It's more that you are still, should be considered as eligible for that area. I mean, even if your area is reduced for something public services, say 1,000 square meters, but that should be considered as it is for 4,000, right? While you're doing in the 3,000.
Goes without saying, 100%.
Yeah.
Because you see that is the key. Because if in a 4,000 square meter of plot, even 500 square meters of green goes, I think nobody will mind it.
True.
But the mental tension from a developer or from an owner perspective is, am I out of the eligibility?
That's
by
a
3,000?
non-starter. If that happens, that's a non-starter.
That's where the policy is not clear on that.
Agreed.
Yeah, so that is the one key point which I want to make clear. Second, I think I am not too much into development, like from the development norms and all, but I would pick up the other points like, there are nuances of Delhi Land Reform Act, which is you have to become landless. I don't know how it will get solved. When you are doing a subdivision, well, how will you be able to solve 1 acre sales? So these are certain points I didn't find the answers of them. So maybe, whether DA is the right body or who's going to take it up.
Session 4, I think we have to wait for that.
Fine,
Session
agree.
No, but even after we've been organized,
There are certain.
One at a time, one at a time, please.
So,
Right, it's not addressed.
it is not addressed, yeah. There are certain villages which are still not organized, there being policy will be there. So there the challenge will come. Secondly, when you,
So many villages,
yeah, not all,
they are urbanized.
fine. Out of 27 have been declared, but I think there are,
21.
but there are rest of them, some of them which are.
बेस्ट ऑफ टाइम जैसे हमारे तलवार साहब ने कहा कि मकान उनको चाहिए, जो हमारे एक फैमिली के 5 आदमी हैं, जो एक मेरे यहाँ काम करता है, एक दूसरे के यहाँ करता है, एक तीसरे के यहाँ, वो सारे आदमी मेरे एक फार्म में मैं उनको जगह नहीं दे सकता, वो अलग अलग जगह रहेंगे, इसलिए वो बाहर किराए पर लेकर रहते
नहीं सर,
हैं। एक जस्ट मैं उसको भी बता रहा हूँ। दूसरी बात ये है कि गवर्नमेंट की प्लानिंग है, जितने भी हमारे 21 या जितने ग्रीन एरिया है, अभी दिखा रहे थे जो ग्रीन एरिया चारों तरफ, उसके साथ में ही सेक्टर रोड्स हैं जो कि कनेक्टेड हैं मकानों के लिए, स्कूल्स के लिए, हर हॉस्पिटल्स के लिए, हर चीज के लिए फैसिलिटी टू ऑल इज अवेलेबल विद इन 1 and 2 kilometer.
As per the plan, which of course some RWA heads had a problem with having a school in the same place. But Sanjay, is that a problem area? I mean, how will you not have the more walk to school? You will have to give community services to people living in that land.
See what Mr. Tawar said, the community services is an essential part of it.
Yeah.
This is the way I see this policy is its baby steps that Delhi takes. Delhi does not take bold big steps, unlike Haryana. So Delhi takes very incremental small steps, and like I said, it's been 40-50 years in the making. I mean, we're still discussing, what to do with these large land holdings that whether we own it or, the point is it still exists. Now, if it is from the earlier policy where it was 3 units per acre to now 1 unit per acre, whichever avatar it comes with.
They don't say 1 unit per acre.
Yes, it is not clarified.
UBBL says 3 dwelling units.
Yeah.
And therefore it is not mentioned here, so it does not mean that we
So
have.
it's a grey area.
No, it's not grey. You don't call it grey.
I mean,
don't call it grey.
I think what he's saying is, since it is not defined, then you can pick up that.
It is UBBL. But
Until it should have
absolutely
specified.
right, this is absolutely a grey
Is
area.
it 3 units per acre or is it 1 unit per acre? It's going to completely change the math and the economics.
That's a big question.
Manisha, sir, that's not the point.
They don't identify.
Alright, go ahead, Sanjay.
The point
Yes.
is that if the government or the policymakers in their wisdom demand something of the landowners, they have a right to do that, and we should be happy to give it.
Fantastic, I'm happy to hear
That's
that.
it.
I'm happy to hear that. Alright,
That's-
let's come on the. go ahead.
Just one last
Fine,
one more
yes.
point, I think there was, when you do an integrated development, and there are internal roads of say 9 meters, fine, that's all okay, but again, my point comes from the eligibility criteria. Because of the roads, are you, as a developer, are you really using that land? Or is it a part of your 4,000 square meters per plot? Because land is really expensive in Delhi. And if you, suppose
You
if
can
it-
afford to sacrifice a
Yeah.
little bit for public.
No, that's fine, but I think if it is only from eligibility criteria, people will not say 9, you say 12 meters, no problem. Everybody is stuck on that, right? So I'm simply making a point that even if IFR is a small thing, but eligibility criteria is met, counting that road, I think nobody will have any objection on 9 or 12, whatever.
Alright, fair enough.
इसमें एक्चुअल में हम लोग टेक्निकल सेशन की तरफ बढ़ गए हैं, इसका फ्यूचर
I know, I mean, it was supposed to be a much larger discussion, so
उसमें
let me.
उसके अंदर कवर किया जाए
I
कि
think
क्या
so-
अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, कैसे इसको डेवलप करना चाहिए, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा आप लोग
Special efficient of grade 3. Grade 3 we need to understand, but that's a very strong proposed, change in the policy in the market.
Which is cyber and knowledge centers.
So many things,
Yeah.
so many things.
In fact, let's talk about that. How do we make sure
एक बार
that?
मैडम बोलना चाहिए
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Go
add
ahead.
to it.
Yeah, please.
Only the area of the road which you are surrendering. As long as it is that, it is perfectly fine, and that is in the policy.
Okay, thank you for that.
The other thing which I wanted to talk about, which Delhi is missing, and this has been, all the governments have been saying that all your commercial hubs, your cyber hubs, everything is outside of the city, right?
Correct.
You have to go to Gurgaon, you have to go to Noida. I mean, today, for a professional, I think we are the only lone professionals amongst our batchmates who are still in Delhi, because my parents stay here and I have to stay close to them. Otherwise, everyone is in a Gurgaon or a Noida, right? Because that's where the commercial hub is. Hitesh, would you like to take that question? I mean, does this framework give us now enough land
Absolutely.
to make Delhi into a thriving commercial and cyber hub.
Absolutely. But there are conflicting, I mean, policy has it all.
Mhm.
You can't take it away. But what I think is that again, you know, the excise policy doesn't make it conducive.
So technical aspects are apart, but is there something, I mean,
In terms of a provision, absolutely.
there is enough leeway. Would you,
Manisha, I'd just like to introduce you, Gurmeet Singh. He's a dear friend and architect, and accredited with making High Court of Delhi and many other good buildings.
all right, say.
So he understands the policy framework rather well. Sorry he got late, but maybe you can introduce him to the, conversation.
All right, so let me give you Mr. Singh, first of all, welcome. And we'd love to hear your thoughts. And I think so far what we've discussed is that A, it's a great policy. 40 years too late, but glad it's here. And it now needs to get implemented. And there's a lot which can be done to basically accelerate the economy of Delhi and create larger spaces of housing. It still does not address the inclusive housing problem, which is to probably get in rental housing within this framework. Maybe we need another framework. The question we are delving upon right now is, and maybe you'd like to add to that, is do you think that this particular policy, what Delhi has been missing is a thriving commercial business district, more, let's say, green, they say green jobs, so we can look at cyber hub model, right? Bring in IT jobs to Delhi. Can it be done in this green development area policy framework?
Well, apologies for being late and for joining right in the middle of the session. I think it's a great policy like you mentioned. Equally, we must be cognizant that this policy is part of a larger framework where lands around the Greenbelt shall also be developed and possibly with more flexibility in terms of the land use that we can accommodate there. I feel that at a macro level, Delhi has the unique distinction of being a garden city, the way it was envisioned. And if one goes back, it was inspired from a book, Garden Cities of Tomorrow, and the heart of the city is really a treasure. And sometimes I feel the obstructivist attitude of the bureaucracy has helped retain what architects like us might have undone. So here again, when Delhi developed and you see large master plan greens in South Delhi, some of them in North Delhi, but if you look at West Delhi, and I'm doing a project called the Delhi Cycle Walk where we are connecting forests of Delhi, and sadly there are no forests to be connected in West Delhi. So the perimeter of Delhi, which is what this policy is looking at, was envisioned as another green ring around the city. And so it would actually be, some call it the green lung, I would call it the nostrils, like they actually keep us insulated from the desert bowl that surrounds us. And in that sense, and combined with the fear that illegal colonization will actually take it away, combined with the fact that agriculture is no longer a viable option in that area, so that land is really in disuse. And therefore, this green development policy, and various names are attached to it, is really a very powerful solution to restoring a green ring around the city. And when we say green, we must not confuse it with lawns, because lawns do absolutely nothing to fight
Forest, we need
pollution.
forest.
Yes.
We need forest. And we need biomass.
Yes.
Even within forest, a typical Aravali forest is just got kikad in it. The biomass is very limited. In fact, a lot of forest redevelopment project DDA is doing. In fact, kudos to DDA. I think they do a great job in the city. They go pretty much revered and respected for what they do.
I live next to one, so I'm quite.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
47 acres. TDA green.
And so even TDA within themselves is now looking at putting in trees with more biomass, etc. Now coming back to your question, whether commercial activities should be permitted within the green development area, yes, to a certain nominal degree, so that the whole community is complete. But to the tune of a convenience shopping center, yes. Certainly not a local shopping center, which can easily come in the nearby villages, because this is only looking at
The land pooling
The
area.
green
the
belt.
land
land
next to
pooling
it.
area which is next to it. And so why cannibalize into that? And of course anything larger than that also. So to my mind, and the policy is very beautifully drafted, it should be low density, low ground coverage area only. And the more homogeneous the nature of this is in terms of a low density
And look and feel,
And
the
look and
basic
feel.
spirit of it, yeah.
yes. And the more we will be able to even control 20 years from now, 30 years from now, the nature of this development. It can actually become a beautiful replica of Lutyens Delhi. More inclusive that you and I can hope to buy there, we can't hope to buy there. More inclusive in that there is already some amount of accommodation being permitted for the staff of those accommodations to be housed there. So that is also socially inclusive. Even the provisions for having nursery schools, primary schools within this, so long as they are on the main road, I think there is a clarification mentioned for shops, but there is no clarification for schools. It just says 12-meter road. I feel that any school should be on the main road, because otherwise when we do master planning of colonies, जो सबसे कोने में जगह बच जाती है ना, जहाँ हमको कुछ नहीं समझ में आता, हम वहाँ नर्सरी स्कूल लिख देते हैं. So that should not happen. And even I think the convenience shopping should also be limited to the main roads, so that the central area remains more and more green. One more thing that I'd like to add, which can address the problem of convenience shopping, because somewhere there is a provision for small shops, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
So I feel that we must have some deliberation on roads. I find the road widths that are given here are very low in terms of the width.
We are not ambitious on the road
Yeah.
at all.
It does not talk about the depth of the road, whether it should be a loop or can it be a dead end. Now, I don't know whether this goes with the existing
That's the next
conversation.
technical session, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you said, I want to hear about it.
ये थोड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटीज की बात कर रहे हैं तो
So opportunities तो
So
मुझे
the,
तो यही opportunity दिख रही है कि घर एक पूरा green belt बन जाएगा, and then we will have the opportunity to have much better quality of life at a much more affordable price, right?
Nisha, can we also ask Ishwanath about the
Yes.
grade 3 part, because that is not housing, that is not, that's like a.
Say that again?
The grade 3 uses which are allowed here are all in some sense going to be commercial uses or going to be put a no profit, for example, you can make a college here. You can make a
Non-center.
Non-residential.
center like a Google.
Non-residential,
or a-
that's, we were talking about that where Mr. Gurmeet said that look, we shouldn't be looking at it as a big commercial hub like a Gurgaon, or maybe, start having commercial buildings. It's not, it's as per the plan.
Can you create the lungs of Delhi, you know? Can you create the mini
Technically,
cities
you're
here,
not inside.
you know?
You're at the edge of the development or a very big road. So I think it will be more outside than inside.
Mhm.
So I think.
Okay, so opportunities. Sanjay, what other opportunities do you see other than the farmhouses?
See, other
I mean, a lot has been mentioned here.
yeah, I mean, it's a very, the number of uses that are mentioned are a lot. What I see more than anything else is a little bit of a re-densification, because the central part of Delhi is very, very dense. Now these parts, which are the farmhouses areas, are very low density. And that I think is being so underutilized, because Delhi requires some sort of a re-densification where these, I mean, you know, in 2.5 acres, there's one family of 5 people or something like that staying. Now that is a waste. So the commercial centers that are what Amit Singh said and the other things, those are, I would say, ancillary or complementary or supports services for these for this re-densification. So if this policy comes about, even in its little bit of a baby steps, like I said, then you know some of the urban part of the city, which is so Delhi is like a donut. You know the center part is very dense. Then we have a little bit. Then we have a huge green belt around it. Then you have the Haryanas and the Noidas.
Gaurav, what do you see as an
I want to
opportunity?
add something.
Hitesh, go ahead, and then I want to ask people here also, what do you see as opportunities?
You're seeing it as a green belt and everybody's talking about it like a green belt. It is not.
Okay, now we've gone into another direction of debate. It is not even a green belt.
It's not even a green belt because there is rampant illegal construction
Currently it is.
currently going.
Yeah.
And it will arrest all that and it will come to that green.
Okay, understood.
So it's, I mean, I cannot even explain to you like how 200 square yards, 100 square yards, because we're just standing there, I mean, sitting there. His village, people are just cutting up. He's being one of the socialists, he stands up against them. And this policy needs to be.
No, that I understand, that if you don't stop it, just go into
It's just
illegal
not-
unauthorized
yeah.
colonies and there with no
We'll keep
sewerage, no
discussing,
water,
we'll
no
keep
nothing.
talking, nothing.
Gaurav, what do you see as opportunities other than de-densification, green?
See, I'll be very honest, I think it's when we heard about LDRA getting converted to LIDA and then it became a GDA, I think the most important change which was happening is the introduction of grade 3. Everything else remaining constant with some minor tweaking here and there. Now what is grade 3 for example, you know? I am told I can make a place like a cyber hub there. I am told I can make a campus like Amazon would have or Google could have a campus here.
Yeah.
I am told you could have university colleges here. And they are all sitting on the area which are currently designated as green areas. I think the most important part is which we have to understand, good, bad, ugly, 2006 I bought my first land at 35 lakhs an acre. I'm sure Agarwal Sahab has bought it at 80,000 rupees an acre. Today average land in the Najagat part of Delhi is 3 to 4 crores an acre. Now when the policy is not in place, prices have gone up so much. Imagine when the policy comes out, it will become again prohibitively expensive. So I think economics of the business has to be undertaken and the uses will allow that land is easily tradable and there is an economic use to that. Otherwise it will either become an illegal colony because so many people are not 54,000 hectares, 1.25 acres of land. You cannot have those many farmhouses coming up in these areas. That is something which is impossible. So unless and until this gets made, and most important part secondly is who will pay for the EDC, IDC charges? See, today it's a want, it's not a need. To have a farmhouse, it's a wish, I would like to have one. But then how many people? It's not a mass appeal, it's not something which, out of 2 crores residents of Delhi, 50 lakhs will not move to stay in farmhouses tomorrow, it's impossible. The point is, how will that get done? Say, therefore, economic uses, and who will pay for the EDC, IDC? The biggest challenge for DDA and so has with Haryana all this while is, EDC, IDC has always been a bone of contention. Then nobody pays it at the end of the day. So somehow, I think rather than charging EDC, IDC later and then coming back to a builder that you pay for it and then I'll build the roads, it's a chicken and egg story. We should start building roads, infrastructure. Dwarka Express is a classic example how you can't do a road which is properly done and 10 years it is taken for the area to come up. Economic uses, farmhouses, everything will go together. So I think grade 3 is a very welcome inclusion. And I know a lot of people sitting on the dais here who today are looking at farmhouses, but they will make grade 3 in some of the developments. I know what the locations are.
I was hoping somebody will say it, but the conversations kept going back to building farmhouses because that is their core
And most
business.
importantly, for example, Pradeep's village is a village called Dhasa. It is so close to KMP. Now, they have allowed cold storages here. There was a draft which we saw, illegal draft as we call it, which had written warehouses also. Now imagine in Haryana, you go to the back of the beyond of Sonaj and Pataudi roads and God knows where to build farmhouses. And why can't we build it in Delhi, which is, see, not everything is Chhatarpur and not everything is Vijwasan. That's a livable area tomorrow morning. But the area which are the back of the beyonds today, when you cross Najafgarh, and you would not like to be in the evening today, at the night today, it is impossible.
So are you saying that yes, there is potential and developers who own land there will have to look because of the economics beyond just farmhouses? What is it?
What I'm trying to
and
say
there is also warehousing opportunity?
Yes, what I'm trying to say is, grade 3 has thrown up all these options.
There are
Grade 3 is showing you that there are land which you can't build a farmhouse on today I know somebody on the panel who also owns a plot in Lhasa village, but he will not make a farmhouse to live in tomorrow. He can build maybe a warehouse, he can build maybe a.
So we should agree with that, I know he's ready to add.
See, grade 3 has opened up a Pandora's box in terms of anything and everything can be built.
Would you like it to be built? I mean, you started with your vision of a green belt.
Personally, no.
Okay.
I feel very clever. I feel very clever that whoever has drafted this policy has mandated 45% mandatory votes.
Mandatory?
Votes.
Votes, yes.
Which means if you have a 2-acre plot and you wish to build a cold storage, 1 acre would have to be forest.
Then तो economics से नहीं बनेगी
It's a very good sort of counter. Because when you normally look at warehousing, we do a lot of warehousing projects, we look at 50 to 60% ground cover. So and the rest of the area is hard, nothing is pervious. What this policy says is ground coverage is 20%. And 45% of the area has to be mandatory codes, which I think we need to qualify a little more in terms of whether a lawn qualifies as mandatory codes or does a tree of a minimum
I think that
height.
is critical.
That is something that we would really need. I'm sure whoever has done it is a visionary person in a team, and I'm sure. So mandatory codes is something that needs to be elaborated upon a little more. Now within 20% ground coverage, I would love to see a R&D center. I would love to see an architect working out of there. All my life I've dreamt of working out of a farmhouse. Very nice. So long as the ground coverage is limited to 20%. But it shouldn't be, and we need to build in sufficient provisions there, that in the legal document we show 20% ground coverage, get license to do a cold storage, and then expand it.
And cover 40-50%.
That would be suicidal. Because see, economics, you cannot sacrifice environment at the altar of economics. So while one has to take position, so I do feel that the green belt is the last green bastion the city has. So on the Gurgaon side, we do have Mangar, which is a beautiful protection. But on the Jhajjar side, on the Kundli side, we have nothing.
I think you completely
one more
running over
possibility,
time
because
here.
there was an opportunity being mentioned. You know, they have mentioned about India. One of the things that can be done is to create large master plan near Johars, near Gram Panchayat lands, and give TDR for creating forests. There is a mention of it in the policy of TDR. Maybe we can incentivize TDR to say that if you give 1 acre of land, which is next to the Johar, because water management has not been addressed so far. You need to speak about water management, and the best thing to do is, typically all villages have a Johar, where all the water goes. Around the Johar is typically Gram Panchayat land, sometimes there is private land also, all of which can be converted to a master plan green. And the economic loss that that person would encounter or the village would encounter can be made up by elaborating on the TDR. So that person can actually sell those rights within the land pooling area. Land pooling में FAR वैसे भी कम करती है, so that TDR will become very, very valuable. So the economics and the environment can coexist if we can cleverly tweak the TDR aspect. The other thing is we must legally allow agroforestry in Delhi. There has been some talk about it. It says forestry, but it doesn't say agroforestry. The difference is when you do agroforestry, I can grow a tree and after 5 years I can cut it, I can harvest it. In forestry I can't harvest it. So I think the policy must elaborate a little.
Why agro and not forest?
It's just a term.
Agroforestry
Agroforestry का मतलब है you can cut the tree.
Forestry is not an economic activity.
Agroforestry.
So then you can cut it and then you
Yeah.
can.
So if let's say, if they do allow agroforestry.
And there's a responsibility to grow back the tree again. It's not just that you can.
Correct.
You don't have to take, you have to give
Yes,
also.
you have to give.
Yeah, that's
So typically in agroforestry, they will say that you can cut 20% of your trees every 5 years, depending upon the maturity cycle of the
Yeah.
tree. So I think the opportunity piece over here
It's also agroforest.
is agroforest. I think there is a mention of it in the policy and we need to elaborate it and make it doubly profitable by giving TDR for agroforestry. So if I say that I am giving my plot to agroforestry, I should be able to get TDR elsewhere. So the real estate does not get lost. So that is one.
Wow, that's like lots of directions we have all gone in. So I'm going to just take one concluding remark. Having said that, it has to be only 30 seconds or less. So the prize goes to the person who actually gives it to me in 10 seconds. Avinash, from this policy.
Good to go,
Good.
as fast as possible.
Okay.
Sooner it is the better.
Good to go.
The 5 seconds.
We're looking forward to it.
Hitesh.
We're looking forward to it.
I think
Sanjay.
we need a suggestion of each one of them, if you can write down.
Okay, all right.
Because otherwise all English will have it. We need a specific
So-
suggestion, for each one of them.
Do you want it now? I can
Well,
get
better,
it.
at least they should
I
speak
think,
their mind.
I think from an implementation perspective, the single window clearance should be really single window. And one should not run here and there. Something should be done there.
It should be a mix of commercial as well as
As residential and farmhouse.
residential and farm housing, with a little bit of commercial as Mr. Singh said, should be allowed.
Okay,
I'm gonna fail your study because I do have a lot of.
doesn't matter.
So, I mean, the online implementation on the lines of EODB, fantastic, they should do. They've already done it. In terms of green rating, we need more clarity, who's